Hey, Cock 45 here with my new Glock carbine. Well, sorta, isn't it? It's a Glock 20, my Glock 20, with a longer barrel in a stock from MechTech Systems. You've seen us do this with their 9mm. Well, they sent the 10mm upper, and I happen to have a Glock 20. How's that? So now I have a Glock carbine, and you guessed it, 10mm. We have the Holosun red dot that Clarksville Gun and Archery gave us. We appreciated that. Should I shoot it? I think I will. This is cool because I have always been attracted to the notion of a 10mm carbine. You know, I think all of us have learned, most of us learned that pistol caliber carbines are fun to shoot. Well, I've always thought 10mm would make a lot of sense because it's a pretty hot little round, and you know, it just makes a lot of sense. Be more versatile than maybe a 9. So let's see if it'll work. Did I get one in there? I think I did. Let's try. Yeah, I did. Got some power, and I'm all fogged up already. So I'm gonna take a couple of shots and then defog. Look at that. Even in the fog, I hit that old ram. Let's try the. No, I'll tell you what let's do. Let's go to the left arm. Here we go. Now I'm not fogged up over here. I need to practice this way anyway. Never know when you'll need it. Yeah, I got the gong. All right. Left-fingered, left-handed. Nice. See if I can hit an animal left-handed here. Nice. I'll take that. I'll take that. Sweet. Oh boy. Had a couple left. As you notice with the 9mm version, it does not hold the slide back or the bolt, okay, when it's empty. So, Glock 10mm. Let's go over here and take a look at it. Oh man. Yeah, you saw me. I took the grip off the other one and everything, and it's cool to have it in 10. And so I've shot it off the video, and we'll see how it does. We've not had any malfunctions with it, so I'm very, very pleased with that so far. I have a little. Most of what we're shooting is you know, American Eagle 10mm. I've got a couple mags with some Blazer. Yeah, you see the Blazer in there. And I've got some trophy bonded from Federal. We're gonna try a little of that too. I've got a magazine loaded with that right there. I'll put it on top of that so don't forget. We have a watermelon. Let's see if it'll take out a watermelon. Okay, that's actually some really good ammo. As you know, trophy bonded ammo is. I don't hunt, so I don't really get to take full advantage of some of the ammo that's out there that anybody makes that is just carefully designed and, you know, for hunting big game or whatever it might be. But I'll shoot anything, I'll tell you. So let's put something else in here. And oh, you know what? I was showing you the wrong one. That is some Underwood I had. That's Underwood. This is the trophy bonded. Sorry about that. That's a different round. The trophy bonded. It is a serious round. Yeah. So that's the trophy bonded stuff right there in that magazine. Okay. And this is. Let's go ahead and shoot this Underwood. I had some of that. I've had that for years. I'm assuming it's still operational. Oh, I tell you, I'm going to have to get my glasses defogged here. I know what let's do. Let's try the target here. Got a couple of rounds on it. There we go. It's got a little bit of a jolt to it. I bet it'll take out a 2-liter. Yeah, really. No doubt about that. And I bet I can get that red plate with it. And the other red plate, maybe. Yeah, even a small one. All right. And the gong, click. Nothing in there. Okay. That was some Underwood. Fed that okay. And let's try a little Blazer before we get really frisky with the trophy bonded rounds. All right, so a little Blazer. Let's see if it'll smoke a pot. I think it will. Oh, there we got some smoke. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Oh, we got animals over there still, don't we? You better fall. Oh, we got a turkey on a stand. We had a turkey on a stand. Let's get a buffalo. Click. It's a fun plinker. It really is, because it's got some jolt to it. It really does. Let's go ahead and try the trophy bonded here. You know, let's see, this is probably, I'm not sure what it retails for. It's probably $1 a round is my guess. Let me get my glasses defogged. Actually, I put some defogger on them. This Tennessee weather is beginning to challenge things like that already. So yeah, MechTech Systems, you just get the upper, put it on your Glock. Perfectly legal, you know, according to the ATF and rulings and everything. So at least today, who knows what the future will bring. All right, trophy bonded. Let's try that water jug there. Take care of that. I'm going to back up a little. I do not want to be showered with watermelon. Now, it may not do that much. The watermelons are a little, they're different. Sometimes they'll blow, sometimes they won't. That one did. I think that's why Federal designed, that's what they designed that round for. You know, hunting watermelons. We got watermelon juice on the target there. That's all right. Let's hunt the gong with some trophy bonded rounds. It's pretty hard. Boy. Oh, I can feel that thing. I better go through that propane tank. Yeah, definitely. Quick. All right. That is a round. That is a serious round. I'll have to try those sometimes in my sometime in my Glock 20. Wait a minute, this is my Glock 20. Or is it? No, this is my Glock Carbine. I don't know what it is. You know, in the first video we did in the 9mm version of this, we had borrowed from a viewer here locally in Brentwood, which we appreciated. And then MechTech sent this. Well, they wrote me and I said, yeah, I'd like to try another one sometime. The 10mm really is attractive, so they sent the upper for that. And it's a, I think I remarked in the first video that it's a rather heavy unit. There's nothing light about it. I mean, it's not 50 pounds or anything, but it's got a little heft to it. And in the 10mm, you appreciate that. So that's why I think it really is well suited for the 10, as long as it's reliable. And so far, it seems to be. So let's shoot a little more Federal ammo here. One thing I will tell you, I did some chronographing with it. Oh gosh, it's been a couple, 3 weeks ago now, I guess. I chronographed several different ammo varieties and all this, and it would vary. With some of it, with I believe it was with the Blazer, there was only about 50 to 60 feet per second difference that I was getting between the Glock 20 standard Glock 20 barrel and this. And with the American Eagle, I was getting, and I shot quite a few rounds over it. I got an average of about 100 feet per second, you know, give or take 5, 10 feet per second. Around 100 feet per second difference, just so you know. I know a lot of you ask that sometimes about the difference in carbine length barrel. How much velocity do you get, added velocity, and that kind of thing. So just for your information. Now, one thing, based on my reading and experience and other people's experimentation, the Glock barrel with the polygonal or polygonal rifling is it's famous for getting the most velocity out of a round, because of it seals, that type of rifling seals better, I guess is what it is. And it's one of the reasons that you're advised not to shoot cast bullets, lead bullets, non-jacketed bullets. A lot of confusion there with some folks, new shooters, but non-jacketed bullets with the lead exposed. Okay, it's one reason Glock advises you not to do that, because of the pressure that you get in that type of barrel rifling. Okay, because some people don't clean their barrels very well, and they get a lot of lead buildup, and then they keep shooting cast bullets, and then that pressure is right on the peak level there anyway, and so it can add to that pressure and could cause problems. You know, now that said, I've known people who just go ahead and shoot cast bullets, don't worry about it, but that's why they advise that. You do get more velocity per inch of barrel apparently with that kind of rifling. Now tell me if I'm wrong, but I mean, in my reading over the years, I remember reading some articles on that, the guys who experimented and written articles in Guns and Ammo or somewhere about that very topic, and how they were getting more velocity out of the Glock barrel than another gun with a barrel the same length if it was just standard rifling. Okay, it wasn't because it was Glock, and Glock's the best thing on the world and on the planet or anything. It was just the type of rifling they use in those barrels. So anyway, long way around the barn. Again, just to remind you that with the polygonal rifling, getting my tongue twisted here, you do get the most out of velocity. So it could be with a standard barrel. I don't have a Lone Wolf. I have a Lone Wolf barrel, standard barrel, in like 45 and a couple other calibers, but not in 10mm, I don't think. But it might be interesting to see the difference there, because it would be more of a apples to apples with this type of barrel. But you do get more velocity, all right? And of course, with that 10mm, you get more velocity, right? Let's shoot. I know what let's do. Let's shoot the limbs on that tree there, and see if they will go around. You know, sometimes with a 9, they don't want to move too much. I have a feeling this will knock them around if I hit them. Yeah, you see the difference? Boy, they just pop right on her. Hit that one on the lower edge or something there. And then going back is where they really don't want to do it. Pretty interesting. Click. We're empty. Okay. I've got a mag. You know, the bolt locks right there. Let's see. I've got some in my pouch here. These are Federal. All right. Well, what happened to all my targets over there? Oh, Gong is still there. He's always there. He's Mr. Reliable. Yeah. Let me get a good stance. I'm going to pop him. Nice. Propane tank. I don't want to beat that up. Here, this thing does want to fall sometimes. Yeah. Get even with all you targets when I have a 10mm out. Guess what? I have another magazine. Let's put a couple more on this paper here. Look at that cowboy. He's unscathed. Yep. Let's put one right on his nose. On his hat, wherever that is. 2 liter. Cool. This is fun. This is just loads of fun. Click. Until it runs empty. Let me make sure it is empty. Yeah. So, no malfunctions. I'm anxious to continue shooting this thing. Like I said, it's not malfunctioned on me. And it's a new one. So you might expect a little break-in, or as with a handgun or anything, maybe you have a hiccup here and there. But I've been pleased. Again, I'm not selling MechTech systems. I just like a pistol caliber carbine. It's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of them out there, some really good ones. And I expect, you know, particularly if you've got a Glock frame on it, you kind of hope it's going to be reliable, and it's going to match up in reliability, if that's possible, with its host. You're right. I guess that would be the proper term. This be the host, or that be no? This would be the host, because this is the gun right here. This is just an added barrel and accessory. Pretty cool, I tell you. I don't know how many 10mm. I've got to shoot just a little more. Y'all hang around just a little bit. I don't know how many 10mm carbines really are out there. for some reason, there's a reluctance to make them, seems to me. I mean, there may be some I'm not aware of, but boy, they're certainly not flooding the gun shops, 10mm. And it's a pretty cool little cartridge. Let's try some more of these. All right, even though all the targets are gone, maybe we can hit a red plate. Okay. Let's see, do I have that thing? I guess I got that adjusted. This goes back further than I even like it, to tell you the truth. I'm gonna move it on back a little bit. It's very adjustable. Let's try that little one. Pop. Pretty sweet. Click. I tell you, that's a lot of fun. 10mm. Okay. Closest thing that I guess we can get to a Glock carbine in 10mm. Until Glock makes it. I don't know what's wrong with them. Now they've got a single stack 9. Maybe they'll start working on a carbine. But let's see, I'm trying to think. Is there anything else you put a Glock grip on in this like this? I can't think of anything. It seems like there is something out there. I'm brain dead right now, but you just don't have many options. And I'm pleased to discover that this thing seems to work. I had wanted to look at them years ago, and glad to finally get a chance to mess with them, because that's pretty cool. You don't get the twang. You know, one thing I talked about in the other video with the 9 was you get kind of this weird spraying action in there, like on an AR, the old days of the ARs. It doesn't affect it any. It's just you can hear it in there. But now with this one, you don't get quite as much of that. You do. You get a little recoil, more than you would expect, maybe, or think. You know, you think of a pistol caliber, you're not even feeling it. But you know, 10mm is 10mm, so you do feel it. But very, very comfortable to shoot, and it seems to feed even these flat-nosed things. These trophy bonded things are fairly flat-nosed. So. And a 10mm in itself is, you know, usually has a truncated cone on most of the 10mm ammo. Does fine. So we've got a variety of power there, power factors. We've done the Underwood, the American Eagle, the Blazer, then the trophy bonded stuff there, which is definitely warm. So, and I think that was 180 grain ammo, but it's got some spunk to it there. So it seemed to feed all that stuff okay. It's actually a pretty good looking rig, and I know I sound like I'm selling them. I'm just, if a gun works, if it's fun to shoot, and it's reliable, it's got my vote, okay, to some extent. And I think there's a lot of us out there looking for the perfect carbine like this. 10mm is just really versatile. It's a versatile round, it's fun to shoot, and that's not a bad looking rig. So if it proves reliable over the long haul here, I'll be very, very happy with it. So anyway, thought you might enjoy seeing that. Life is good.
Hi, I'm Zeke with the Sonoran Desert Institute, and here at SDI, we're extremely proud to be sponsors of the Hickok 45 channel. You may be asking yourself, well, what is SDI? SDI is an affordable, fully accredited distance learning education program. We have an emphasis in gunsmithing and firearms technology. If you decide to become a gunsmith, you'll need to learn proper gunsmithing techniques, and while some people will use an apprenticeship program to gain these techniques, a formal education will ensure an organized, more comprehensive learning environment. But when you choose a gunsmithing school, it's still kind of difficult. So it's very important that you choose a gunsmithing school that meet the following criteria. First, look for a nationally or regionally accredited program. And whether distance learning online or through a brick and mortar ground program, a gunsmithing program should always have a hands-on element. And finally, make sure you look for a school with high student satisfaction. Find reviews online, check out its Facebook or other social media, or get on the same social media sites, find some alumni, and ask to speak with them about their experience. And while we're not at SDI today, I do have some of the firearms I've learned to work on and built myself through the SDI program. So let's go take a look at them. Okay, maybe not. We'll just get seriously. Can I not get a chair that fits me? I'm a big guy, dude. So I guess back to what we were originally talking about. Above all else, find the school that's right for you. It's not always going to be the distance education programs or the brick and mortar ground schools that are for everybody. Just make sure you do your research on multiple options before you make that decision. But if you want more information on our gunsmithing school, just go to www.sdi.edu or call us at 1-800-336-8939.